Hi, my name is Paige Davis. Call myself a metalsmith because I do small work and large. I've been in this area since 1972. I started at Penland School in their jewelry program, and I realized how much I liked hammering directly, forming metal by hammering. So there was no blacksmithing program back then. I introduced myself to a cook up there who was working at this crude little forge outside the jewelry studio. And I said, "You've got to show me what you're doing. I need to know this." And so from then on, I basically was self-taught for years and years before I was able to even take a class in blacksmithing up at Penland or anywhere. Almost 50 years later, I've gone through many studios, have had 2 sons along the way, and here I am in this studio outside of Silo, North Carolina. This is a gorgeous big space. You'll get a little tour of it. I can show you some of my favorite tools. These tools I've acquired over the years, and they're all really special to me for various reasons. I'll start with this post vise, which was at the dairy farm that I grew up on. And it was there long before I was there, and it was used for repairing tractors and who knows what all. The jaws were actually askew when I got it. They were bent, so it wouldn't close all the way. And I was able to take the whole thing apart, put this shaft in the forge and heat it up, and then put it back together quickly and crank it down so that it would close properly, glowing red. But this has a lot of history for me because it was in my family for so long. This is my anvil. It's been with me a long time, probably 35 years at least. I had to educate myself a little bit on what I was even looking for and what I needed, but this has been a great tool. It's an unusual anvil in that it doesn't have a small hole in the side, so it would not have been a farrier's anvil. It's definitely a blacksmith's anvil. And we've traced it back. I think it came from England originally, but that's the center tool. It's kind of what has gotten me going. And I hammered on this thing for so long, and I still do, until I went to Illinois and bought this power hammer, which is a 50-pound little giant. It's very small compared to a lot of hammers, but it's a beautiful tool for me. It works beautifully. This is a pair of candlesticks that will get a disc sitting on the top. But these are made almost solely with this power hammer, and then I'm forming these circles over the horn on the anvil. And I like making a form that's sculptural but also functional as a candle holder. So I also like the unpredictability of doing thick and thin and bending it where it's thick, where you might think it would bend instead where it's thin. And I love taking something hard and very machine-like. This, I was just starting out with square rod and making it very fluid and organic. This is a piece I'm working on currently. It's the base for a dining table for some folks in Asheville. This is all square tubing that I've welded up. I do mostly oxyacetylene welding. I just have a small rig over there. I also have a MIG welder, but I'm happier with oxyacetylene. I can see what's happening more. If you're gonna get one rig for your studio, I would recommend oxyacetylene because you can cut with it, you can heat with it, you can weld with it, versus a MIG, it's just welding. This is Olive. She's an old friend. This big cone is 2 halves, and pretty much the whole thing was formed in this swage block. You can see the nice curve on this side. So I would flip it around and use that, and also a stump. Can't do without a stump or two in your studio because you can burn forms into them, and they just work beautifully for forming this kind of long cone shape. Olive's feet are also hollow forms that I did in the swage block and then drilled and put little bands in there, and she's riveted to the bottom of this. I like starting with what's in my head being a very classical form and then exaggerating it, maybe cartooning it up a little bit with her large feet and small head and scrawny arms. It's easy to be playful with metal once you know the material because you can always cut it up, you can always redo it, you can sit it aside for 5 years and come back to it. It's not going to change it much.